Okay, so imagine you're in the thick of it, 1864, the Civil War is raging, and you're General Sherman,
Ah, yes.
hundreds of miles from home, leading an army, facing danger at every turn.
Hmm.
And then, in the middle of all this chaos, you get news that's going to change everything.
Oh, wow.
You have a new son,
It's like one of those moments where you really see the human side of history.
right?
You've got this legendary general known for his military mind,
Yeah,
but he's also a husband and a father dealing with those same emotions.
absolutely.
The joy, the anxiety, all of it, even in the middle of a war.
And it's not just any birth, is it?
No.
This is Charles, coming just 2 years after the Sherman family lost their son, Willie, to typhoid fever.
Right.
You think about all the emotions swirling around, the joy of a new life, the
Yeah.
grief that's still there, the weight of expectations.
Yeah.
It's a lot to carry.
And we can really get a sense of this through the letters between Sherman and his wife, Ellen.
Oh, the letters.
Yes, they were written during this time, and they offer a really intimate look at their hopes, their fears,
I see.
and the challenges of keeping that family connection strong.
With everything going on.
Exactly, amidst all the turmoil.
What really stood out to me in those letters was the difference in tone.
Oh, yeah.
Sherman, even when he's being affectionate, writes with this stoicism,
Okay,
a very military kind of brevity.
makes sense.
But then you read Ellen's letters, and they're full of raw emotion.
Really?
The anxieties of a new mother, the longing for her husband to come home.
Yeah, you can feel that tension.
Definitely. There's this one passage from Sherman's early letters after Charles is born that really got to me.
Tell me about it.
He writes, almost offhandedly, that this new son must succeed to the place left by Willie.
Wow.
And it just hits you.
Yeah.
You realize the societal pressures back then?
Oh, I
The
see.
expectations put on children?
Especially sons.
Exactly. To carry on the family name, the legacy,
It's a lot to put on a child.
and the pressure on Sherman himself, too.
Right.
Leading an army, fighting a war.
Bearing that burden of command.
It makes you wonder how he coped.
Yeah.
Did he have the space to grieve, to connect with his family on that emotional level?
It's hard to imagine.
And as we go deeper into the story, that grief becomes even more profound.
Ew.
Baby Charles starts to get sick.
Oh, no.
He catches a cold, and it settles in his lungs.
It develops into pneumonia.
Exactly.
Ellen's letters during this time are just heartbreaking.
They are. You can feel her desperation.
Yeah.
This mother trying to save her child, battling this illness,
And her husband's so far away.
hundreds of miles away, fighting a war that could tear the country apart.
It's just an unimaginable situation.
It really is. And the sources don't shy away from the tragic reality of what happens next.
No, they don't.
Charles gets worse and worse.
Okay.
And in December of 1864, he passes away.
I see.
There are descriptions of his funeral that are so vivid, so powerful. One source describes Charles's beautiful head crowned with flowers.
It's those details that really stick with you.
They do.
Yeah.
And they remind you of how fragile life is,
Absolutely.
even amidst the grand narratives of war and history.
Right.
And Skeeman, how does he react to this devastating news?
I wonder.
Does he even have the time or the space to grieve?
With everything else going on.
Right. He's leading an army on a crucial campaign.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to fathom.
Well, we do get a glimpse into his inner turmoil in a letter he writes to Ellen from Savannah in January of 1865.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's just a few weeks after Charles's death.
And what does he say?
He acknowledges the deep pain and anguish that Ellen is going through,
Okay.
but then he says something really chilling. I've seen death in such quantity and in such forms that it no longer startles me.
Wow.
It's both heartbreaking and revealing,
Yeah.
You can almost hear the toll that the war has taken on him,
Hmm.
the way it's almost numbed him to the pain of loss.
It's heavy stuff.
It makes you think about the long-term effects of war,
Right.
not just on the soldiers, but on their families, everyone touched by the conflict.
And this is just one story, one family,
Mm-hmm.
but it speaks volumes about the human cost of war,
Absolutely.
the sacrifices made, the enduring power of love and loss. So, Confederate deserters
Right?
fighting against the Confederacy.
Yep,
That's definitely a story we need to dig into.
it is.
What would make these men, a lot of them from Jones County, Mississippi,
Mm-hmm.
turn against the very cause they were supposed to be fighting for?
It's fascinating because these men, they weren't necessarily pro-union.
Right.
Their main motivation was this deep resentment.
Resentment.
Towards what? They saw it as a rich man's war and a poor man's fight.
Rich man's war, poor man's fight.
Exactly.
That really sums up their grievances.
It does.
Can you break that down a bit more for us?
Of course. So the Confederacy had these laws, exemption laws, where if you were a wealthy plantation owner and you had a certain number of slaves,
Yeah,
you didn't have to serve in the military.
I see.
So poorer farmers, laborers, they were the ones doing most of the fighting,
Wow.
while the wealthy class was largely protected.
So they felt like they were being used,
Exactly.
forced to fight, maybe even die
Right.
for a cause that didn't really benefit them.
Precisely.
And that anger fueled their rebellion.
It did.
And Newton Knight, their leader,
Yes.
he was especially outspoken against the Confederacy's policies, wasn't he?
Oh, absolutely. He saw the war as a way for the elite to stay in power.
To control the poor.
Exactly.
So how did this rebellion actually play out?
Right.
Did they just declare independence?
Well,
Set up their own little nation?
it wasn't quite that straightforward,
Okay.
but they did create this incredible pocket of resistance
Really?
right in the heart of the Confederacy.
Wow.
They called themselves the Knight Company.
Knight Company.
And they took all these actions to undermine the Confederate authorities.
What kind of actions are we talking about?
Well, they resisted paying Confederate taxes,
Okay.
which they saw as unfair, a burden on poor families.
Makes sense.
They protected deserters from being captured
Yeah.
and forced back into the army.
I see.
They even distributed food and supplies to those in need,
Wow.
directly challenging the Confederacy's control over resources.
So it's like they built their own
It's like,
underground social safety net
yes,
within a system that was working against them.
exactly.
But this couldn't have gone unnoticed, could it?
No.
How did the Confederacy react?
Well, the Confederacy saw them as traitors,
Okay.
a threat to their cause, their control.
Yeah.
They tried several times to crush the rebellion,
Okay.
sending troops to Jones County to hunt down Knight and his men.
What are some of the
Some of the clashes
clashes? Yeah.
that stand out.
Yeah.
Well, there's this one incident with a Confederate colonel, Robert Lowry.
Okay.
He led a raid into Jones County
Mm.
using bloodhounds to track down Knight's men.
Oh, wow.
He captured and hanged 10 of them,
Oh, man.
left their bodies as a warning.
That's brutal.
It really shows the ruthlessness of war,
Yeah.
the risks these rebels were taking.
What about the women who supported the Knight Company?
Oh, that's important.
Did they face similar dangers?
He did. They played a crucial role.
I can't imagine they just sat back
No.
while their husbands and sons were risking their lives.
They provided food and shelter to the Knight Company.
Okay.
They acted as lookouts, helped spread information.
So they were right in the thick of it, too.
They were?
What kind of threats did they face?
Well, Confederate officials saw them as aiding the rebellion.
Yeah.
They faced harassment, intimidation. We even have a letter from a Confederate judge,
Oh, really?
Robert Hudson. He calls them rotten-hearted, proposes harsh punishments for their support.
It's incredible to think about their courage,
It is.
defying expectations,
Mhm.
risking their own safety
Yeah,
for a cause they believed in.
right.
So this Free State of Jones,
Mm.
did they actually achieve their goals?
That's where the story gets really interesting.
Okay.
They did disrupt Confederate control for a good chunk of the war.
Mm-hmm.
They essentially functioned independently,
Yeah.
but it's not a simple victory or defeat.
What happened after the war?
Well, Newton Knight became a controversial figure.
Yeah.
He kept fighting for social justice.
Okay.
He even married a formerly enslaved woman named Rachel,
Wow.
which alienated him even further from some in the white community.
That's a bold move.
His actions, his legacy, are still debated by historians today.
It seems like the Free State of Jones is both a success and a tragedy,
It is.
a testament to the power of resistance
Yeah.
and the ongoing struggle for equality. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves,
Okay.
I want to go back to Sherman and his march toward Atlanta.
Yes.
We left him dealing with that awful personal tragedy,
Right.
the loss of his son,
Mm-hmm.
and all while facing a very formidable opponent,
Oh, yes.
Confederate General Joseph E. Johnston.
A tough one.
Let's dive into the details of that campaign.
Okay.
What made Johnston such a challenge for Sherman? So you've got Sherman dealing with this personal grief
You're right.
and up against Johnson, a master of defensive warfare.
Absolutely.
What were some of the things Johnston did that made him such a difficult opponent to face?
Well, Johnston was brilliant at picking his spots, finding those strategically advantageous positions.
Right?
He'd often force Sherman to fight uphill.
Literally uphill.
Often, yes.
Wow.
But also figuratively, making things difficult.
Yeah, you can see that.
He was cautious, methodical. He
Mhm.
preferred to wear his opponent down, rather than going for those risky, decisive battles.
That must have been frustrating
Oh, yeah,
for someone like Sherman, known for his aggressive tactics.
definitely.
Did their personalities clash at all during the campaign?
Oh, absolutely. Their leadership styles were night and day.
And what way?
Sherman was bold, willing to take risks,
Right.
while Johnston was more conservative,
I see.
focused on minimizing casualties
Mhm.
and using the terrain to his advantage.
It sounds like a real clash of titans.
It was.
Were there any particular battles
Mhm.
or moments that really highlighted this difference in their approaches?
The Battle of Resaca is a good example.
What happened there?
Sherman tried to outmaneuver Johnston.
Okay.
He built a pontoon bridge across the Oostanawli River.
Trying to cut off the Confederate supply lines, right?
Exactly. But Johnston saw it coming.
Oh, no.
He skillfully retreated to
Oh.
a fortified position, and just like that, Sherman's advantage was gone.
So it was this constant back and forth, each side trying to outsmart the other.
Like a chess match.
Did Sherman ever manage to really break through Johnston's defenses?
It was a grind, a slow and grueling process.
I bet.
Sherman kept trying to flank Johnston, force him back, but Johnston always seemed to anticipate it,
Wow.
picking his battles, avoiding those big, decisive engagements.
I can only imagine Sherman's frustration.
Oh. It was there.
Did it ever boil over?
There was a moment at the Battle of Kennesaw Mountain.
Okay.
Sherman was getting impatient, with the lack of progress.
Makes sense.
So he decided to launch a full frontal assault
Right.
on the Confederate lines.
Wow.
It was a big departure from his usual flanking maneuvers.
That sounds incredibly risky,
It was.
especially against someone like Johnston,
Right.
who was so good at defense.
Exactly.
What happened?
It was a disaster.
Oh, no.
The Confederates, they were dug in on high ground.
Yeah.
They repelled the attack, inflicted heavy losses,
How bad?
thousands of casualties for Sherman,
Oh,
including 2 high-ranking officers, men he really respected.
that's awful.
Sherman admitted later it was a mistake.
A tough lesson to learn.
Yes, a lesson learned in blood.
Did he ever talk about how he felt about those losses?
There's a letter he wrote to his daughter, Minnie,
Okay.
after Kennesaw Mountain.
What does he say?
He writes, "I ought not to make promises, for I daily see too many officers buried by the roadside or carried to the rear, maimed and mangled to count on much of a future."
That's heavy.
You can hear the weight on him,
Yeah.
the burden of command.
And all while he's dealing with his own grief?
Exactly, it's a lot to carry.
So even with these setbacks,
Right.
did Sherman eventually capture Atlanta?
He did, but there was a twist.
Oh.
During the Battle of Pine Mountain,
Okay.
Sherman saw some Confederate officers on a ridge.
Mm-hmm.
He ordered his artillery to fire.
Okay.
Turns out he was targeting Johnston himself,
What?
along with 2 other generals.
He almost accidentally took out the enemy commander.
Almost.
That's wild. What happened?
One of the generals, Leonidas Polk, was killed instantly.
Wow.
But Johnston and the other general, William Hardee, they narrowly escaped.
That's incredible. So Polk's death,
Right.
it had a ripple effect on the Confederate leadership.
Big time. It was Jefferson Davis, the Confederate president.
Yeah.
He was already frustrated with Johnston's cautious approach.
Yeah.
And then Polk's death, it was the last straw.
So what did he do?
He replaced Johnston.
On Bell Hood.
Hood, the one-armed, one-legged general.
The very same.
Wow, we talked about him before, right?
Yes. During those battles around Dallas.
Known for his tenacity, his willingness to take risks.
Exactly.
Did that play into Sherman's hands?
It did. Hood was brazen, determined,
Yeah.
but he just couldn't match Sherman strategically.
I see.
He launched these attacks, trying to regain the momentum.
Mhm.
They failed, costly failures.
So Sherman's patience, his strategic maneuvering,
Mm-hmm.
it wore down the Confederate defenses.
Yes. And on September 2nd, 1864,
After weeks of brutal fighting, the Confederates abandoned Atlanta.
wow.
Sherman's troops marched right in.
It was a major turning point, wasn't it?
Huge. It boosted Northern morale,
Yeah.
dealt a serious blow to the Confederacy.
It's almost ironic, isn't it?
How so?
Sherman carrying all this personal grief,
Mhm.
the frustration of this long campaign,
Right.
and he achieves this massive victory,
Yep.
while the Confederacy, desperate for a win,
Mm-hmm.
suffers this devastating defeat.
It really highlights how unpredictable history is.
Yeah.
How personal struggles and these big strategic decisions,
Mhm.
they all come together to shape the course of events.
Well, this has been an amazing look at Sherman's life.
It has.
His personal challenges, his brilliance as a strategist,
Hmm.
and the complexities of the Civil War.
Absolutely.
Any final thoughts for our listeners?
These stories, Sherman's and the Free State of Jones,
Yeah.
they remind us that history isn't just dates and battles and famous names.
Right.
It's about people.
Yeah.
People dealing with loss, fighting for what they believe in, making choices that change the world around them.
It's a good reminder to look beyond the surface,
Yes,
to consider the human impact of these historical events,
absolutely.
and to appreciate just how resilient and complex the human spirit really is.
Well said.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
My pleasure.
Don't forget to subscribe to The Deep Dive for more fascinating journeys into the past.
We'll see you on the next adventure.
Take care.